So now we are going to discuss about internal capsule. What is meant by internal capsule? Internal capsule, it is made up of projection fiber. So I told you what is meant by projection fiber. Projection fiber which connects the cerebral cortex to other part of the central nervous system. Connects the cerebral cortex to other part like the midbrain, bones, medulla, spinal cord. So these type fibers are known as what projection fiber. So these fibers converge here in the infromedial part. Infromedial part means this is a medial part of the cerebrum and this is the inferior part of the cerebrum. This is the supralateral part of the cerebrum. So meeting point of this medial part and the inferior part. So this area it is known as what? Infromedial part. So all these fibers, okay, all this projection fiber, it includes two types of fibers actually. Descending fibers means motor fibers and ascending upward running fibers known as sensory fibers. So sensory fibers and motor fibers converge here in the infromedial part to form a ribbon shaped structure known as the internal capsule. I will show you a model. See, like this. So imagine this model, it is made up of numerous or lakhs of fibers. See, like this. Okay, so this more this type V shape in cross section it is V shape. In cross section it is V shape. This sheet is made up of fibers. So this type or this sheet is known as what? Internal capsule. So what is meant by internal capsule? Ascending and descending or motor and sensory fibers converge here in the infromedial part of the cerebrum to form a ribbon shaped structure known as the internal capsule. It is V shaped in cross section. See, this is what the transverse section means. This is a transverse section. So it is having one anterior limb, then one bend known as the genu, then posterior limb. See the video again. Like this. So it is having one anterior. So imagine this is my internal capsule of right hemisphere. Okay. So this is the anterior limb. Then this bend, it is known as the genu, then posterior limb. So here it is having a concave aspect and one convex surface. Okay, this concave surface, there we can see a biconvex shaped nucleus. So imagine this is what the biconvex shaped nucleus it is known as lentiform nucleus. This one is a lentiform nucleus. So concavity is occupied by a nucleus known as lentiform nucleus. So we were discussing about the parts of the internal capsule. It is having anterior limb, genu. See this bend, it is known as the genu. So anterior limb, then genu, then posterior limb. Actually, it is having five parts. So two more parts are there. So anyway, before going to that, we have to identify this structure. This is the lentiform nucleus. So some fibers are seen below the lentiform nucleus, like my hand. Okay, it runs below the lentiform nucleus on a sub-lentiform part of the internal capsule. Okay, so this is the lentiform nucleus. These fibers are seen below the lentiform nucleus known as the sub-lentiform part. Means it is moving towards the temporal lobe and the parietal lobe. So here comes the temporal lobe and the parietal lobe. So like this. Okay, temporal lobe, there we are having the auditory area. So auditory radiation, auditory fibers are there in this sub-lentiform part. Then some fibers are seen behind the lentiform nucleus. See, almost like this. Turns backward towards the occipital pole means visual cortex is located in the occipital lobe. Visual fibers are there. Anyway, these fibers which runs backward behind the lentiform nucleus, it is known as a retrolentiform part. So those are the five parts of the internal capsule. So this is what the internal capsule. Okay, with the five parts. Anterior limb. See this area. This is what the anterior limb. Okay, this area, this is the anterior limb. Then genu. Then this is the posterior limb. And this concavity is occupied by the lentiform nucleus. So some fibers are seen below that, sublentiform fibers. Then some fibers are seen behind the lentiform nucleus. Retrolentiform. The word retro means behind. Okay, we go for that. Here in this image, we can see only these three parts: anterior limb, genu, and posterior limb. And here in this concavity, there we can see the lentiform nucleus. See this dark colored area. This is what the lentiform nucleus. And see the convex part. There we can see in the anterior limb. See, this is the anterior limb. Medial to the anterior limb. See here, this area. This is the Caudate nucleus. One C-shaped nucleus is there. That one is a caudate nucleus. Head of the caudate nucleus is seen here. This is the thalamus. Okay, so we can say that anterior limb is seen between caudate nucleus and lentiform nucleus. Correct now? Anterior limb. This is the anterior limb. It is seen between head of the caudate nucleus and the lentiform nucleus. Then posterior limb is seen between the thalamus and the lentiform nucleus. Genu, which is seen between anterior limb and the posterior limb. So we see the internal capsule. So internal capsule, what is that internal capsule? Internal capsule, clear. That point is clear. Ascending and descending fibers converge in the inframidial part to form a V-shaped structure. That is what the internal capsule. What are the parts of the internal capsule? It is having anterior limb, posterior limb, genu, then retrolentiform and sublentiform part. What is that? See, anterior limb, then genu, posterior limb, then behind the lentiform nucleus, almost here, retrolentiform, then below the lentiform nucleus, sublentiform. Now we are going to discuss about the fibers. What are the different types of fibers running through this internal capsule? First, what are the different types of fibers in the anterior limb? Anterior limb is having descending fibers and ascending fibers. Descending fiber, frontopontine from the frontal lobe to the pons, frontopontine fibers. Ascending fibers, anterior thalamic radiation. What is meant by anterior thalamic radiation? Here in this image, this is what the thalamus. Okay, so from this thalamus to this frontal lobe, anterior thalamic radiation. From the thalamus to the parietal lobe, superior thalamic radiation. And from the thalamus to the posterior lobe, posterior thalamic radiation. Okay, so those fibers arising from the thalamus and extending into the cortex. So those fibers are known as thalamic radiations. Okay, so towards the anterior part means towards the frontal pole, those fibers are known as one anterior thalamic. From the thalamus to the central part, superior thalamic. Then posterior thalamic radiation. So those are the ascending fibers. So it will be easy to study the ascending fibers, anterior thalamic radiation. Frontopontine means from the frontal lobe to the pons. Okay, so these fibers are passing through the anterior limb. Fronto, this is the pons. So frontal lobe to the pons. Frontopontine fibers, descending fibers. Ascending fiber means thalamus to the frontal lobe, anterior thalamic radiation. Now, what are the fibers passing through the genu? Corticonuclear fibers from the cerebral cortex to the nucleus. Nucleus here means nucleus of the cranial nerves. So we'll discuss it later. Okay, anyway, cortex to the nucleus which is located in the brainstem. Okay, so corticonuclear fibers and anterior part of the superior thalamic radiation. I told you what is meant by superior thalamic radiation from the thalamus to this part. So only anterior part of that superior thalamic radiation. Okay, so only anterior part of the superior thalamic radiation. So genu, fibers passing through the genu, two types. That is also clear. Descending fibers, corticonuclear from the cerebral cortex to the nucleus. Nucleus means nucleus of the cranial nerves. Then ascending, upward running means superior, anterior part of the superior thalamic radiation. Then posterior limb, descending, corticospinal from the cerebral cortex to the spinal cord. Corticopontine, same, cortex to the pons. Corticofrontal, red nucleus, see from the cerebral cortex to the red nucleus. So corticofrontal, these are the descending fibers. Then ascending fibers, superior thalamic radiation. Now it is clear what is that superior thalamic radiation. And fibers from the globus pallidus and the subthalamic nucleus. Globus pallidus means it's a gray matter. Okay, in the next class we are going to discuss about that globus pallidus. So from the globus pallidus and the subthalamic nucleus. Then retrolentiform. What are the descending fibers? Parieto-pontine and mainly the occipito-pontine fibers. I told you retrolentiform fibers band which runs backward. Retro means behind, and it runs backward to the occipital pole. So mainly the occipito-pontine fibers and the parieto-pontine fibers. And see here posterior thalamic radiation. Then sublentiform part. Sublentiform I told you it is moving towards the temporal lobe. So temporopontine, parieto-pontine and so see descending fibers. Parieto-pontine from the parietal lobe to the pons and temporal lobe to the pons. Okay, then descending fiber, ascending fiber, auditory radiation. I already told you auditory, temporal lobe is having auditory area, so auditory radiations. So these are the different types of fibers passing through this anterior limb, genu, posterior limb, then retrolentiform part, sublentiform part. Arterial supply you have to read it from your textbook. So this is what the white matter. So what is meant by white matter? White matter means nothing but the cerebral cortex. Cerebrum is having two parts: outer gray matter and inner white matter. And white matter is nothing but myelinated nerve fibers. Three types of myelinated nerve fibers are there. What are the association fiber, projection fiber, and medullary fiber? Okay, and we have gone through the details of association fiber and projection fiber. So that's all about the white matter of the cerebrum. Remaining details you have to read it from your text.